Rise and beautiful beings, great rise and beautiful beings. This is Revere Skye, Revere Sky's essence. Listen, there is a very known person that's a crowd pleaser. There is a very known person that's a crowd pleaser. They have gone through some type of trauma. They have gone through some type of pain. They have gone through some type of conflict. They have seen people fall in their field or industry. Okay. They have seen people get sabotaged, ridiculed, shadow banned, blocked, shelved, and it put their light out. Even down to their light kindling, and they thinking they're going to be around close people, loving people, they boys, okay? And they still get their light put out. Nobody never spoke up for them. Nobody never said. And look, it came out on Divine Masculine. Nobody never said, nah, man, we're going to leave that there. See, something about your light, whoever you are, something about your light, something about your charisma, something about your swag is more divine than you know. You could be a divine masculine, okay? Yang energy. Something about your yang energy, something about your expression, something about your creativity, something about your craft they want to put out. Okay? Have you noticed when you one-on-one with a person, they like everything you do, but when somebody come around that they respect or admire more, you're not legendary. You're not a GOAT. You're just an icon living. Okay? It's something about your energy. It's something about you. It's something about your energy. It's something about you. The people who inspired you in life, whatever craft you in, the people who inspired you, you never released music like that because you feared for your life. You feared for your money. You feared of being shelved. You feared that if you expressed yourself, that you spoke your truth, you was just going to be like all the other guys. Just a story. His story. Every time you wanted to make a masterpiece, you allowed other people to talk you down. You probably even got to the point where you express yourself through your feminine counterparts, your feminine women. What you want to express with these other guys, you express through them. You may fuss at them. You may lash at them. Your sex, the passion of your sex may be different because it's parts of you that was never able to unleash this beast onto the world. And you was never able to have people gravitate towards you with your music or your image or whatever you are. You've been healing. You've been coping. But that's about to change, Divine Masculine. That's about to change. When somebody asks you, who inspired you growing up? Did you ever make music by that inspiration? Or did you follow a trend? Or did you try to create a new wheel? You probably was one that wanted to create a new wheel. Well, if we can't do this and we can't do this and ain't nobody banding together and nobody staying together, let me do this. But then you had people in your circle that tried to govern and manipulate you. Deep down, you know it. Deep down, you know they tried to govern and manipulate you. So you had to start finding new options, new outlets, new ways of creating currency. Because when you get around these people, you're a nobody. So you had to go create your own circle with nobodies. Not saying they're nobodies. I'm just talking about your totem pole, your legacy. You had to withdraw. You had to go nourish yourself. You were so confused. Spying. They was trying to change you. They was trying to shift you. They was trying to mold you. They seen your light. Somehow you was able to stay under the Richter scale. Somehow you even neglected your own soulmate. You have been exhausted, okay? You've changed. You still ain't speaking your truth. You keep it very simple. Mundane relationships, mundane lifestyle. Oh no, that's going to change. Okay? There's going to be a window of opportunity, okay? Afraid of the resistance, secret admirers, suppressed, timid. Listen here. Abandonment. You've had people abandon you, okay? Now you sit back and you do things. Hold on. You've abandoned your own truth. Whatever inspired you as a child, whatever inspired you as a young adult, you did not take off with that type of energy. You observed, you watched, and when you did want to express yourself, people didn't want you to express yourself. It's time to start questioning. You was never able to truly make that foundation. You really are a legacy, but they put you on the shelf, even though you still working around here. Okay? Something about your distant future, okay? Something about your nourishment. What else, Spirit? Bitterness. One day, only you, and karma. Somebody, even though we're talking about two different scenarios here, there's a lot going on. Somebody been spying on you for a long time. Lusting over your peace. Wondering if you'll ever return. And a curse. Something about your family or something you may feel like your family cursed even though you don't express it. Something is going wrong. Something about your memories. Didn't I just say family? Something about your memories you feel like you ain't got nobody to lean on. You ain't got nobody to run to. You ain't got nobody you can trust. But you got to start following your intuition. You do have a soulmate out there. You do have a divine counterpart out there. Okay? Something is saying your circle is not your circle. Okay? If you throw them on the bus or you get them some type of light, they gonna throw you under the bus. They not even gonna think before they speak. They just gonna say stupid shit that don't even add up. Make you question it, okay? Mistakes. You're gonna have to regroup with your mistakes. You're gonna have to regroup with your mistakes and say, everything that inspired me, I'm about to unleash it. That's not saying you gotta talk about government, politics, and medication. But you could speak your truth in a strategic manner. Hopeless. Something about that career or whatever you was working on, you feel hopeless, like your hands are tied behind your back. Like you can't really speak your truth. Something about you don't have an ally. Okay? Something about you don't have an ally, and the intimacy that you're having is not sparking any creativity. There's some type of conflicted energy. You may drink too much, smoke too much. It's something you're doing too much of, okay? But your intimate connection, see, if you are male and you're a divine male and you stick your phallus in that female, you're supposed to draw out information. You're supposed to draw out creativity. And it's something about your intimacy. Whatever you're dealing with, you're not drawing out any creativity. It's most likely sorrow. It's most likely some type of pity pussy. Some type of pity party. What else, Spirit? It brings on some type of heart fog. That is not your divine principle or your divine feminine. It brings on stress. You just know how to hide it well. One day, things are going to change. Things are going to get colorful for you. Okay? Things are going to change, okay? You're going to meet a divine counterpart. You're going to meet a divine feminine that's going to really give you some leadway, some information, some type of starseed technology. Okay? It's not the final straw. It is not the final straw, okay? And it seems like the only way you're going to have closure on this planet is if you actually tap in. Loyalty and bluff came out again. You can't make this shit up. How the fuck them two cards done came out again? They just came out of the last reading together. Pretend and mask exaggeration. You ain't gonna have to pretend no more. You actually gonna have people you trust and loyalty. You actually gonna be able to collab with people who actually support your energy and can give you great constructive criticism, okay? You're going to meet a divine feminine that's going to put you in that range, that's going to gravitate everything you need towards you, okay? Just be careful. Don't hurt that divine feminine. Elusive in thinking. You've been thinking about this. You've withdrawn from your reality. You've been thinking about this. You like, man, I done did so much, but my creativity there, but my support system is off. You got a fucked up support system. You got a really fucked up support system. You're the king of your castle. You ain't matching the frequency of other people because they put you on the shelf psychologically. These people put you on the shelf psychologically. They're not matching your frequency. Okay? They already knew who you was. You're going to have to confess it. And whatever you do, whatever creativity you got, whatever craft you got, you're going to have to confess it. Tell the truth. There's a new beginning. Talk about that clouded judgment. Talk about them boundaries. Talk about how you had to heal yourself and recreate your foundation. Talk about how you almost had to give up. Talk about it. Talk about how you got rejected. Talk about how everybody enjoyed whatever you was creating, but then when bigger people came in the room, you didn't exist no more. Talk about it. Talk about how you had to go find a smaller circle to be acknowledged. It gotta come out. It gotta come out. Spirit. You about to have bliss, baby. You about to help so many people come out with their sorrow, pain. They about to be able to relate to you. They about to be able to cope with you. They about to rise you up to the star that you're supposed to be. No more escaping. No more escaping. And then you're going to help these people to escape. You're going to help these people to live. Okay? Something about your truth. One day in stress. You stressed out. You battling the conflict. You are battling the conflict. You feel like your hands are tied behind your back and you can't actually express yourself, your true potential, but follow your intuition. There is a portal and a gateway for protection. Just don't trust your circle. Keep business. It's time for you. Don't talk about the glitz and the glam. It's time to talk about how you came up, you had the material, and the shit did not go through because you found out all your homies cater to another cause, another being, another entity. Your light, they created heart fog, and you about to open your heart back up with this divine feminine. This ain't a bluff. This ain't no bullshit. You got open possibilities. Your hope is about to manifest. You healed enough. Get over your past life trauma, your past times. Get over the pain. You got new chemistry coming in. You are a divine masculine. Quit lusting. Quit spreading your seed. Quit spilling your seed. Harness it. Channel it. And tap into some divine motherfucking pussy that's about to give you that spark. You got to. It's a message you got to go out there. It's messages. It's messages that got to go out there. Mistakes. Talk about your mistakes. Talk about how you could have did better. Influences. Talk about your influences. Talk about what brought you down. Talk about your truth. Talk about how you was just stuck. Talk about your obsessions. What drives you? What created you? Talk about what resisted you. Resistance. Talk about that bitch that didn't give you the time of motherfucking day. But you still came out okay. Say it again. Talk about that bitch that didn't give you the time of day, but you still came out okay. Now, I ain't got no rhythm, but I do know one thing, baby. I got some shit for your ass, okay? Listen, memories. Talk about your memories. Talk about your come-ups, your setbacks, and how everything, it's time to bring out you, your construct, your reality. It's time to have everything evolve around your reality. It's time to have relatable situations. It's time to bring tears in people's eyes. They ready. They've been longing for this. This is a divine principle. This is a divine principle that was been supposed to get it out. You about to get a second chance. You ain't got to step on their toes. You know who I'm talking about. It's in your favor. The ball in your court. Come on, Candlefly. You just doing the most. You about to set a new foundation. You about to set a new foundation. Follow your intuition. Something's about to work in your favor. Spirit, tell me more. Animosity. You got some shit pent up. Who got this animosity, Spirit? Opposition. You're going to have to get it out. You're going to have to get it out. And you ain't got to point the finger or no blame. Get out how opposition created bitterness in your life. And how you had to recover. How you had to change. How you had to heal yourself. How you had to lick your own wounds. How it helped you to grow up. How it helped you to change. How it helped you to see life different. How it changed your occupation. How it awakened you. How it helped you to grow and become lavish. Okay? How it healed you. How it allowed the jealousy and hate, the bitterness, you destroyed that shit. You became a nice guy. Okay? Courthouse in reverse. Seems like somebody going through a little stress too. Some type of legal matter. It's no longer there. Don't worry about it. Love offer. There's a love offer. And there's something that's about to resurrect. Okay? Transition. A sweetheart. Don't trust this priest. Don't trust this person that's trying to tell you what to do with your sacred energy, okay? They trying to stop you from being in a true relationship. They trying to steal your energy. You were supposed to been drop this creativity. You were supposed to been drop this creativity. You were supposed to been drop this creativity. You were supposed to been light up the world. You were supposed to light up the world yesterday. Anything else, Spirit? Confusion and illusion. Don't let them traumatize you. You got enough shit to vent about. And make it in a love, passionate song with a woman that's enamored. A woman that got beautiful vocals. Do something like that. Maybe you are a person who got to speak in front of a crowd. You don't speak. You just write and let her speak in front of the crowd. Someone with enamor. An earth angel. You're going to have an earth angel in your path. Lighting the way so you can get your shit out. Fighting all the demons and everything. Follow your intuition. It's happening. You're about to have a change in your life. Change of perspective. You about to bring out some passions you didn't know exist. Something about houses. You about to change. Okay, you about to go through an awakening. Somebody's about to go through a shift. They might be about to go through a clone factory. That shit made my ear itch. And my ear ain't been itching all motherfucking day. Somebody about to go through some cloning factory. Some new house, new soul, new spirit, new everything. New divineness. New frequency. Somebody's about to go through a shift. Dang. It's just everything. And when I tap in, that's how I do. Boss. Boss moves. Step into your boss moves. Soulmate. You got what it takes. Something's leading the way. Something's opened the path. There's some type of health concern. Okay? Somebody's going through something. What about this health concern, spirit? A karmic masculine. Somebody dealing with a karmic masculine. Maybe your soulmate. Maybe you've run across your soulmate and your soulmate dibbling, dabbling and shit they ain't got no business dibbling in, and they probably already fucked up. Starseed. Something about a karmic masculine. You gotta block a karmic masculine from messing with the starseed that's gonna help ignite your vision, your pathway. Yep, some third party shit. But your ancestors that'll block that shit. Ain't that somehow, hold on. Ain't that somehow that both came out? Third party and ancestors. Ain't that crazy how that came out? A karmic film. Yeah. Karmic film negotiating your way. Your light pole going in the wrong light pole. Jealousy and envy. So when you come up and you spring like a butterfly and you start glowing and you get in your angelic nature and your higher realm, your higher existence, and that creativity, that craft come in, this karmic femme is going to be so jealous that she's going to try to, she's going to think you're in love. Your creativity is about to come from love. I don't know who you are. I don't know what you are. All I know is you about to open up a side of yourself that you could never open up. You're about to get a second chance. You're about to get a second chance. You're going to keep all them people in your inner circle at bay. And you're about to actually express yourself. You're going to actually have people in their feelings. They're going to think you're talking about them. And all you doing is trying to express how shit happened in your life. And you alchemicalized it. You switched it up. You changed it. Lusting. Somebody lusting over you, baby. I'm making sure I'm all right, y'all. Okay. Somebody lusting over you. And their lust, look at this shit. Their lust, divine feminine, and relationship. Yep. Somebody lusting over you. Somebody done burnt bridges down in your reality. Somebody done burnt bridges down in your reality and caused you not to move forward. What else, spirit? Death. But you about to go deep. You about to go deep. This person ain't gonna be able to submerge that deep. This person, whoever in your life, ain't gonna be able to submerge that deep. You about to go down there with the Holy Grail lights in the deepest of the depths. And you about to bring up some creativity that you never knew you could bring up. What else, spirit? Shallow. The person you're around is too shallow for your creativity. Fantasy. They only can live in the fantasy realm. They can't go with you. Obscurity. Okay? They can't go with you. They can't tap into it. They cannot tap into it. Some people, imagine that. Your creativity, skill, and style, and swag, and persona, and all that gets you what you need, attracts you what you need. But if you got other things around you, you're going to start throwing that shit off the ship. Oh my God. Didn't I say you're going to start throwing that shit off the ship? Distracted. You're going to seek clarity. You're going to receive this clarity. You need it. Let's do the Kipper deck. What else, spirit? What is spirit for this creator This person who has the craft and the skills. House. Something about this house. What about this house? A message is coming. Some type of imprisonment. The house is some type of imprisonment. Some type of main female. Somebody, this could be some type of debt or anything. Like my situation, I'm like, man, fuck usury. Fuck usury. Fuck the motherfucking house. You know, it's time to explore. It's time to be adventurous. It's time to move. Privileged woman. Somebody is about to move around. Somebody about to get out of poverty. It came out in reverse. Somebody about to get out of poverty. Somebody about to change. There's about to be a shift. It's on the distant horizon. It could be some type of unexpected income. Lovers. You're about to have a lover. Courthouse. It may go further than the courthouse. And the community not going to be involved. Oh my God, y'all. The community not going to be involved. Ain't nobody going to even know about this. This is very secret. Okay, great fortune. Could be on the rise. Somebody trying to block that great fortune. A thief. A mature man. Knows the ins and out of this situation. And they're trying to block this. They're trying to block this angel whose wings have been clipped. Okay. Bad health. There may be a mature man with bad health, a wealthy man. He's about to no longer be here. Okay. And they're trying to block you from receiving all these blessings. Okay. So, there it goes. Everybody is going through distractions. Everybody is going through problems. Everybody is going through I'm going to change my filter in there too. I got too many filters. I bought a lot of filters, even rewashable filters. I'm going to change my filter to my AC. Somebody about to get the clarity they need. Whatever inspired you when you was young, a teenager, it's time to tie that into your creativity. That's all I can say, okay? And whatever energy you're around right now, whether you're male or female, it's not bringing you any depth. It's not bringing you any depth. Any final words, Spirit, before I do a few alien cards? Yeah, that connection is broken, and you need to come to some type of realization that you're not going to get any creativity out of dipping your stick in that energy. What else, Spirit? You're going to have bravery and courage. When you light up this energy, you're going to have everybody else so lit up. It's going to bring an anomaly, and it's going to bring people in. Stalking, intimidation, and confrontation. You may be getting confronted. You may blow up naturally. Strength, courage, and bravery. You're going to have the strength, the courage, and the bravery to express yourself. Okay? You need real creativity, okay? You're going to have to get in your wisdom, okay? Alchemy, the philosophy stone, infinite destiny, and magic. You're going to get in your magi, okay? You're no longer going to be an enigma. You're no longer going to be elusive, okay? You're no longer going to be sensitive, okay? You're going to do everything you got to do, okay? You ain't going to have no monitoring spirits fucking with you. You're going to be able to express yourself. You about to get a whole new clientele, okay? You about to make it colorful, vibrant, bright. You about to resurrect. You about to resurrect. So there we have it, beautiful beings. If you would like a reading, by all means, check out the email in the description. And until next time, unearth the magic. The truth will definitely set you free. Mwah.